Hello, whispered ones. Tonight, I will take you on a magical journey into ancient wisdom and the depths of history. Take a peaceful breath, close your eyes, and slowly let your thoughts drift into the calm of this moment. Imagine yourself walking on the stone-paved streets of ancient Athens, following the echoes of justice and knowledge throughout time. These streets are filled with the footsteps of many philosophers, statesmen, and citizens. And now, we are walking towards one of the greatest defenders of philosophy, Socrates. If you enjoy these journeys and want to step into different corners of history with each new story, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. This way, we can meet again with each new story and lose ourselves in these magical whispers. You, who follow me and join these journeys, whispered ones, are at the heart of every story as part of this community. Feel time rewinding. A warm summer evening in ancient Greece, surrounded by olive trees. The city streets are filled with excited whispers because today, there is a great trial. You will hear how the wise philosopher of Athens, Socrates, defends himself before his people, standing with wisdom and courage against the accusations made against him. Calm your mind, take a deep breath, and let yourself flow into this philosophical story. Our story begins with Socrates' famous defense. You will listen to his wise and brave responses against the accusations that he corrupts the youth and does not believe in the gods. This defense is not just the voice of one man, but the voice of all who seek the truth. We will discover the timeless value of the pursuit of wisdom, thought, and questioning. Among the whispers, you will feel Socrates' courage and his quest for justice. Tonight, we will explore the defense that Socrates delivered while being judged in the streets of ancient Athens. Sit peacefully, immerse yourself in this philosophical journey, and as you delve into the depths of Socrates' voice, follow in the footsteps of a philosopher seeking justice and wisdom. His words will reach your ears as whispers of justice and freedom, touching your heart. This journey is not just the story of a defense, but a testimony to a man's philosophical stance and his lifelong quest. Socrates' wisdom, courage, and questioning spirit will reach you with every word you hear. Let the whisper of his words leave a deep mark in your mind and heart. For this story echoes not just the past, but the quest for justice and freedom in every era and for every individual. Now, slowly relax and surrender yourself to the magic of this timeless story. Let Socrates' brave defense of truth and justice take you on a profound journey of thought. As you lose yourself in the whispers, imagine walking through the stone streets of ancient Athens, illuminated by the light of wisdom. Tonight, you will listen to a story of wisdom that resonates in the silence. If you are ready, let's begin this magical journey with the whispering echoes of Socrates' defense. Now, slowly relax and surrender yourself to the magic of this timeless story. Let Socrates' brave defense of truth and justice take you on a profound journey of thought. As you lose yourself in the whispers, imagine walking through the stone streets of ancient Athens, illuminated by the light of wisdom. Tonight, you will listen to a story of wisdom that resonates in the silence. If you are ready, let's begin this magical journey with the whispering echoes of Socrates' defense. Hello, judges and people of Athens. Today, I stand here to defend myself against the accusations that have been made against me. I know that many people have misunderstood me for many years and that I have become the victim of these misconceptions, prejudices, and rumors that have been spread about me. Therefore, I am here today to explain the truth and refute the claims of my accusers, one by one. However, this is not an easy task, For what I am facing is not only the accusations of today, but also the unjust prejudices that have clung to me from the past. Before you came here, you may have heard many things about me. You might have heard that I mislead the youth, that I lead them into bad habits and thoughts, or even that I am accused of not believing in the gods. But I would like to ask you, who are those making these accusations, and how much truth is there in what they say? As the people of Athens, you should know that these allegations are not new. For years, many who claim to be wise, many prominent members of society, have made efforts to slander me and diminish my value in the eyes of the public. These prejudices have grown with me since my youth. The life I have lived, wandering the streets of Athens, speaking with various people, and asking them questions, has not been to everyone's liking. Because these individuals wanted to be seen as wise and knowledgeable, while I exposed their lack of knowledge and errors. That is why they became my enemies. They sought to discredit me in the eyes of the public to protect their own positions, and in the end, they succeeded in bringing me to trial. Among the accusations, the one that has undoubtedly caught your attention the most is the claim that I am corrupting the youth. This claim is one that Miletus and those like him have spread about me, and it has quickly circulated among the people. However, the real purpose of this accusation is to exclude me from society and silence me. Because I believe in the importance of philosophy and questioning in Athens. I think that the youth should ask questions, question things, and use their own minds. They can reach true knowledge by thinking for themselves. This is why the youth follow me and listen to my questions. However, this situation contradicted the interests of some people because their teachings argued that the youth should be unquestioning, obedient individuals. Now, there are those who also accuse me of not believing in the gods. They say to me, Socrates, you do not believe in the sacred values of Athens, in its gods, and you create your own gods. These accusations are the product of those who do not understand what I actually do and what I believe in. Because I have always expressed that I believe in the gods and accept their guidance. However, the gods I believe in may differ from established belief systems. I believe that as I walk through the streets of Athens every day and speak with people, I am guided by an inner intuition given to me by the gods. This intuition keeps me on the right path and allows me to pursue the truth. So, how can I be accused of not believing in the gods? As you can see, these accusations against me are merely a game played by those who wish to silence and exclude me from society. For I am someone who seeks the truth and continues down this path without giving up. By accepting that I know only that I know nothing, I strive to learn something new every day. I ask the people of Athens to question the true intentions behind these accusations and to consider this as they judge me. In the end, you may condemn me to death in this trial, but know that my pursuit of the truth will continue even after me. Because the search for truth and its transmission to people is not my duty alone, but the duty of all humanity. No matter how unjust these accusations and trials may be, there will always be those who seek the truth, and this quest will never end. Uiatinini Nargiklari v hockey. Suklamalar Karsasinda Kendami Savinarkin, Sizzler Kim Aldigimu v Hiami Nasal Jesserdigimi Anla Mumjerakir. Benny Tanami Amler Isen Bu Buracyclic Saglea Cactor. Burkoganas Benim Ismami Duimus, Sokaklarda Dallas of Insamarla Canis Tugumagormus v Belki de Benny Anlamea Kalismisimizer. Fakata Kimda Yalen Dedicatular v Yardular, Jersek Kim Alduguman Anlasamasini Angelamister. Bunidental, Kindi Asamini v Felsafemi Asiklika Cavis Termum Jerakir. Then Socrates. Jane Cligenden Beri, Bilchlik v. Hakikit Pazin Kozin Ber Adam Oldham. Ankak bu Bilchlik, Sanal Digi Jibi Baya Ber Bilgi Uteguktan Jelmas. Aksign, Benin Bilchlik Anlayism, Bilmadijimi Bilmekter. Bu, Atina Alisomatic Berdusuns Tarzia Labeler, Kunkupek Sak Jishi Kindasini Bilj Olarak Adlandurer v Biljai Saib Olduginat Idia Eder. Ankak, Ben Bu Idia Sorgulirum. Kunku Biljai Saib Almanin, Sadis Per Salary Bilmektan Dejel, Bilmadigini Kabul E Bilmurdamind Injectigene Inaniorum. Apollon Tapanagin Daki Bilisai Pythianim, Yealer once Siletijai Bersay, Yasamanin Donam Naktasi Almuster. Pythia, Benimatinanin in Bilj Kasisi Aldigimu Elon Edi. Busazler, Burko Clari Isen Baya, Ber Aku Jibi Gurumbiller, Fakat Benim Isen Bu, Baya Ber Saronli Luk V Sorgulama Sebabi Oldu. Kendim Susaru Sortum, Nizel Oler de Ben, En Bilj Jishi Olabilurum. Bilmadijimi Bilmek, Beni Bilj Yapermi. Busorular and Peasant Duzrik, Atinanin en Bilj Olduginu Idia Eden Ensamari Aramaya Basadum. Philosopher, Politicasler, Santa Carler. Epsial Canustum V. Onlaringer Sectum Bilj Olap Almadigini Anlamea Callistum. Ankak Bu Araism, Beni Beclemitic Ber Sanuka Guterdu. Bilj Olduginu Idia Eden Bu and Samler, Aslinda Bilji Sahibi Digilardi. Kindi Bilji Exicliclarinin Farkinda Bile de Gildiler. Sorgigumur Saruda, Onlarin Bilgis's Ligini V. Iniltasai Taberlarini or Tia Sicardum. Bunan Sad Kunda, Bu Kisler V. Onlarin Distic Celery Bana Dusman Algelar. Kunka Kims, Bomenijai Jersijai Kabul Etnik Istamis. En Sandler, Bilj Olarak Gormai V. Toplaman Sajasini Kazanmei Istler, Fakat Jersek Biljlik, Bu Yal Salmonin Arkasina Seclanarak Dejel, Kindini Sorgulate Adelarini Kabul Ederek Eld Edler. Santa Carla Yaptijum Kanuzmor Ise Farkli Ber Sanuka Varmami Sigladi. Onler, Kindi Alan Lorinda Usman Alslerda, Bu Usman Leclaren and her Canuta Bilji Sahibi Almalarini Sadladigini Zanadire Lardi. Berzanaker, Kindi Mesogan Sakya Nekleo Labeler, Ankak Bu, Onin Felsafaya de Alaki Kanyalarda de Bilji Sahibi Odugu and Lamana Jelmes. Yani, in Salar Belli Berkanuta Bilji Sahibi Odukloranda, Bu Bilji Ihur Alai Yama Ijilamide Ayurler V. Slinda Bilmadiklari Kanyalarda de Sa Sahibi Almakistiurler. Isbinim Bu Insamarla Kanas Malarim, Onlarin Zanatiklari Kater Bilj Almadiklarini or Taya Koidu. Budurum, Alkarasinda Baya, Ber Yankee Ain Dirty. Kunku Ben, Bilji Sahibi Olduginu Idia Eden Casilari Sorgulier V. Onlarin Bilgisisliklarini Asiga Sakari Yordum. Bu, Benim Eisenberg Biljlik Area CD, Ankak Onlar Eisenberg Tated Haline Geldi. Alk, Bu Kislo Benim Miranda Berg Tersi Yat Max Oranda Kaldi V. Kogaji Shi, Einurglarina Yannick Duzrek Beni Kotu Nayatli Berg Dustman Olarak Gordu. Oisa Benim Tek Amisum, in Sanlarin Kindalarini V. Biljlarini Sorgula Malarini Saglamak V. Jersajai Bolmalarina Yerdimsi Almakti. Bu Biljlik Araism Sarasinda Ogrinijum in Onimli Der Sutter, Jersek Biljlik, Bilmadigini Kabul Etnik V. Bu Exiclikli Yasami Ogrinmekter. Bilgi Aramak, Sansas Beryakulekter V. Bu Yolda Karsamiza Sikiner Angle, Aslinda Biljaya Lasma Surasimazin Ber Parkasitter. Ager Bugan Baraya, Sizzler Kendemi Savini Yursum, Bu Sadis Jersajai Savin Mac Eisender. Jursek, Eniket Rahatsais Edisai Alursa Olsen, Onu Aramak V. Blumak Herbarian Sorum Lulugiter. Sunu Belurtmek Istrum Ki, Benim Yaptijum say, Atinanin Jenklarinia de Halkina Zera Vermek Dejel, Axine on Lari Bilgelendermek V. Sorgula Malarini Tessic at Mekter. Ager Bu, Bersuc Olarak Gorliorsa, O Zaman Bu Sutsuan Ardinda Basket Nyatler Aramak Jerikir. Tumku Bilgenin V. Sorgulamin and Onina Kesmek, Toplaman Elamasini and Jomek to Mekter. Oisa Ben, Atinanin Jinklarin and Biljai V. Jursich Elas Malarini Istiorum. Onlarin, Kindalarini V. Toplam Marini Sorgularic Da V. Bergelasek Ensa at Malarini Heil Ediorum. Isbu Yusden, Bildschlik Ariism Suracinda Ensamari Sorgulatum V. Onlarin Bildiclarini Sandiclari Sailorin Aslinda Buri Yanasama Oldugina Gostradum. Bu, Burkot Kissen and Sikarina do Kundu V. Benim Duzman Laramie Arati. Bugin Barada Yarjalanayar Almum, Aslinda Bu Duzmanlarin Per Esradir. Ankak Ben, Dogra Bildijum Yolden Sapmadan V. Jursijai Aramaya Devam Ederek, Atinanim Jelasiji Eisen Kalisme Surgersijum. O judges and people of Athens! One of the most resonant accusations against me is that I corrupt the youth. This claim was put forth by Miletus and quickly spread among the public to portray me as guilty. I must defend myself against this accusation because the youth represent the future and hope of Athens to me. Far from corrupting them, I have strived to help them become better individuals and find the truth by using their minds. But I see that Miletus and others like him are distorting my efforts, trying to portray me as an enemy in the eyes of the people. Before addressing Miletus's accusations, I want to explain how my relationship with the youth and their interest in me began. Every day, as I wander the streets of Athens, I engage in conversations with various people and ask them questions. These questions often focus on the meaning of life, justice, virtue, and wisdom. My aim is to encourage people to think and question their own lives. In this process, young people, full of curiosity, join me and listen to my conversations. They are seekers of truth, minds hungry for knowledge. My questions and thoughts capture their attention because I offer them a perspective different from the traditional knowledge society provides. The interest of the youth in me does not mean that I should distance myself from them. They want to learn philosophy and questioning. However, Miletus and those like him interpret this as me confusing the minds of the youth. When Miletus accuses me of corrupting the youth, what he is actually trying to do is restrict their freedom to think. For he and his kind want the youth to be obedient individuals who accept without questioning. For them to think with their own minds would mean questioning the existing order and authority, which goes against the interests of some people. At this point, I want to directly respond to Miletus and his accusations. When I cross-examined Miletus in court, I clearly revealed how superficial and ignorant his accusations were. While Miletus claims that I corrupt the youth, he cannot even explain how they are being corrupted. When I asked him, he could not provide a concrete example of how the youth were morally harmed or how my words negatively influenced them. For the real aim of Miletus is not to protect the youth, but to silence me and exclude me from society. I also asked Miletus this question: if I am the one corrupting the youth, who then is responsible for their education and righteousness? Unable to answer this, Miletus once again demonstrated how baseless his accusations were. If he truly cared about the education and morality of the youth, he would have clearly stated who is responsible for guiding them properly. But his purpose is less about considering the future of the youth and more about protecting his own biases and interests. Now, I ask you to understand the true intention behind these accusations. The youth's interest in me reflects their hunger for knowledge and truth. I have never forced or deceived them. They came to me willingly and listened to what I had to say. If someone wishes to go beyond the traditional knowledge presented to them and think with their own mind, that is their freedom. I only showed them the way. If this is a crime, then as a society, we need to question how much we truly value knowledge and free thought. Miletus and those who think like him fear opening the minds of the youth because an open-minded, questioning individual means the existing order might be questioned and even changed. Thus, they try to distort my relationship with the youth, portraying me as a negative figure in the eyes of the people. However, I want to make it clear that what I teach the youth is to go beyond blindly accepted knowledge and seek the truth using their own minds. If this is considered a crime, then we have become the enemies of knowledge and freedom. I am aware of how these accusations have spread and been accepted among the people. Under the influence of their prejudices and fears, people immediately go on the defensive when faced with something they do not know or understand. However, as the people of Athens, I ask you to rise above these prejudices, seek the truth, and understand what I stand for. My greatest desire is not to corrupt the youth, but to open their minds and satisfy their hunger for knowledge. In conclusion, the accusations brought forth by Miletus and others are rooted in a fear of the youth's freedom to think. I support the youth's freedom to think and question because the progress of society and the attainment of justice are only possible through this. Athens has always been a city of wisdom and freedom, and as a citizen of this city, I strive to continue this legacy by opening the minds of the youth. O judges and citizens of Athens! Among the accusations made against me, there are also serious ones such as not believing in the gods and creating my own deities, targeting the religious beliefs of the public. I am aware of how serious these accusations are, and for this reason, I want to clarify my belief in the gods and how this belief guides me. For those who think that I disrespect the sacred values and gods of Athens are gravely mistaken. First of all, those who claim that I do not believe in the gods evaluate my life and philosophy in a superficial manner. I do believe in the gods and accept their existence. However, this belief is not confined to the traditional molds and rituals that some may think. My connection with the gods is established through an inner intuition and a divine guide. I have always felt their voice, their guidance, and the signs they give me to keep me on the right path. This divine intuition is the power that drives me to walk through the streets of Athens, ask people questions, and help them question their lives. If I did not truly believe in the gods, I would not embark on such a journey. Questioning people's lives, their values, and their beliefs can only be done with the courage and guidance received from a divine power. With this inner guidance given to me by the gods, I have lived my life without deviating from the right path. Therefore, those who claim that I do not believe in the gods are the ones who do not understand what I truly do and what I believe in. Furthermore, one of the most significant events proving my belief in the gods is the divine voice, my constant guide, that often speaks to me. This voice has been a part of my life since childhood, whispering to me about which actions I should or should not take. This divine guidance reminds me not to commit wrongdoings and to stay just. For instance, when I am about to go to war or engage in actions that could harm society, this voice stops me and shows me the right path. If I truly did not believe in the gods, how could I act with such divine intuition? How could someone without a connection to the gods experience the guidance of an inner voice? Miletus and those like him ignore this fact and, without understanding that I possess divine guidance, bring forth these accusations solely for their own interests. This situation reveals how superficial and narrow their understanding of the gods is. They accept only a belief limited to traditional rituals and temples and are incapable of understanding a belief that goes beyond these boundaries. I also want to ask Miletus this question: if I did not believe in the gods, why would I roam the streets of Athens for so many years, speaking to people about the voice and guidance of the gods? Miletus will not be able to answer this question because he brings forth this accusation only to diminish my influence on society and silence me. In his eyes, my belief in the gods is seen as a crime simply because it does not conform to traditional molds. However, a person's connection with the gods is not something that everyone can experience in the same way. My relationship with the gods is an intuitive, personal guidance that I feel. At this point, I want the people of Athens and the judges to understand this. Belief in the gods is not limited to traditional rituals and fixed prayers. The presence of the gods can also be felt through an inner intuition, a guidance, and a force that directs a person onto the right path. If my belief does not conform to these traditional molds, it does not mean that I do not believe in the gods. On the contrary, it shows that I am closely connected to the signs and divine intuition given by the gods to keep me on the right path. As Socrates, I have acted with this divine guidance throughout my life, and this guidance has led me to question the wrongs of society and confront injustices. If I did not truly believe in the gods, where would I find such courage and determination? I am fulfilling the duty given to me by the gods, and ignoring their voice would be the real crime. In conclusion, the accusation of not believing in the gods is a distortion of my beliefs and a departure from the truth. I am someone who believes in the gods, and by listening to their voice, I help the people and youth of Athens find the right path. Therefore, I ask the people and judges to understand how I live with my divine intuition and guidance before evaluating these accusations. For, to me, the greatest virtue is the belief in the gods and their guidance. O judges of Athens and my dear citizens, today, I am not only here to defend myself, but also to clarify the true duty of society and the state. The accusations made against me and my trial today are, in fact, the result of a conflict and misunderstanding within society. My philosophy questions how society impacts individuals and how the state should contribute to the development of individuals. That is why I want to explain how the society and state of Athens should approach a philosopher like me. First of all, I want to talk about the influence of society on the individual. Athens has always been known as the city of wisdom and freedom, and as a part of this city, we are obligated to protect the value of free thought and questioning. However, I see that some who claim to be wise view those who question the established ideas presented by society and the state as enemies. Yet, I am encouraging people to think and question using their own minds for the sake of maintaining the freedom and wisdom of Athens. This is my duty as a citizen. When society restricts the freedom of individuals to think and question, it goes against the fundamental purpose of the state. The state should not seek to control individuals and shape their thoughts. Rather, it should support their development and path toward wisdom. The state must encourage fair and wise individuals for the growth of its people. However, here I am, being judged today, excluded by some sections of society precisely because I seek this justice and wisdom. Miletus and others like him are using the power of the state for their own interests, trying to silence someone like me who questions and seeks the truth. If the state restricts the freedom and questioning ability of individuals, then it becomes impossible for society to develop and progress. A society that does not rely on knowledge and questioning becomes enslaved by rigid ideas and prejudices. I am here to break these molds and ensure that society thinks freely. Society needs wise individuals, and wisdom can only be achieved through questioning and thinking. If today I am exposing the errors of those who claim to be wise, it is my duty. For Athens is a symbol of free thought and justice. The duty of the state is not to silence or punish individuals, but to support their development. The pursuit of wisdom is a society's most valuable treasure, and the state is responsible for protecting this treasure. However, I see that in Athens, those who seek the truth are being labeled as criminals and silenced. The state should support knowledge and wisdom, for only then can a just society be established. If individuals cannot think and question freely, then the state itself cannot uphold justice. As a philosopher in Athens, my duty is to help the state and society achieve this goal. Far from harming the interests of society and the state, I fulfill their most important purpose, seeking the truth and ensuring justice. The state can only become stronger with individuals who pursue truth, defend justice, and question. Therefore, exposing the shortcomings and errors of those considered wise contributes to the healthier progress of society. At this point, I want to warn the people of Athens and the judges: if the state silences those who seek the truth and question, the progress and development of society will come to a halt. A philosopher like me is responsible for continuing the quest for wisdom, which ensures the well-being of society and the state. I want the youth and people of Athens to think, question, and grow into wise individuals. This should be the fundamental duty of society and the state. If today I stand before society being judged and labeled a criminal, it shows that the state needs to question its own purpose of existence. The state must support its citizens to grow into wise individuals. If I am here today to expose the errors of the state and society and contribute to their development, this is not a crime, rather, it is a virtue. Finally, I would like to express that the continuation of free thought and the pursuit of wisdom in Athens is vital for the future of both the state and society. My philosophy advocates for the most fundamental purpose of society and the state, which is the pursuit of justice and knowledge. Therefore, the state must support those who defend wisdom and justice rather than punish them, and must utilize their insights for the benefit of the people. Only then can Athens become a truly just society. O judges of Athens and esteemed citizens, as I stand here today being judged, I am fully aware of the possible outcome of this trial and the sentence that may be imposed upon me. I face the possibility of a death sentence, but I must clearly state that death is not a source of fear for me. On the contrary, contemplating death and its nature is one of the subjects I have most deeply pondered as a philosopher throughout my life. Today, I want to explain my thoughts on death and what it means to me in detail. Firstly, confronting death is a fundamental part of human nature. We all know that death is inevitable, yet we can never fully understand what it truly is. People often fear the unknown, and death is the most tangible example of this unknown. However, as a philosopher, I argue that fearing something I do not know is illogical. Throughout my quest for wisdom, I have learned that instead of fearing the unknown, one should confront it and try to understand it. Is death the end of life, or is it a gateway to another beginning? The answers to these questions may only be revealed when we face death itself. If death means falling into an eternal sleep and resting in peace, is it something to fear? Sleep brings peace and comfort to all of us. It refreshes our bodies and renews our minds. If death is a form of rest like this, then it is clear that there is nothing to fear. Perhaps death is a release from the chaos and pains of this world, a union of the soul with eternal peace, an immersion into an endless sleep. In this case, for someone on a philosophical quest, death may even be seen as a reward. Eternal peace could be the end and ultimate purpose of one's search. But what if death is not truly an end, and instead, the soul continues to exist in another realm? In this case, death is merely a transition and a moment of transformation. If the gods take us from this world and unite us in another, offering a new form of existence, why should we fear death? Perhaps death is a bridge that leads us to a higher level of knowledge, to greater enlightenment. This world might be a trial or a preparation phase, and death is the moment we step into a new dimension after passing this test. If this is true, wouldn't it make more sense to desire the enlightenment and wisdom death might bring, rather than fear it? Many people fear death because they are attached to their material possessions and wealth in this world. They do not want to lose what they have gained in this life. However, for me, life has never been about material wealth or fame. I have never chased after riches or sought to gain the admiration of the people. Throughout my life, I have sought truth and wisdom, moving with the virtue of knowing that I know nothing. If I am sentenced to death today, it would not be a loss for me. Rather, it may be an opportunity to face the wisdom I have been searching for. For death, for a philosopher like me, is not just a departure from this world, but perhaps the purest and highest form of reaching truth and knowledge. Death may also be a gift offered to us by the gods. While people seek to continue their existence in this world, the gods may be ending this life to offer us a greater enlightenment in another realm. In this case, death is not merely an end but a transition, an enlightenment, and a continuation of the quest for knowledge. If the gods wish to take us from this world to elevate us to a higher level of consciousness, we should embrace it and face this opportunity with courage instead of fearing or rejecting it. As Socrates, I have always believed that the gods have guided me and helped me find the right path throughout my life. If I am standing here today, facing judgment and the possibility of a death sentence, it may be an opportunity given to me by the gods. For the gods have taught me to stay true to what I believe is right and to not stray from justice. If today, as a result of my quest for wisdom, I encounter death, I would accept it as a great honor. As a philosopher, it is my duty to face this divine order and the death within it with wisdom and courage. Finally, I would like to emphasize that what we should truly fear is not death, but committing injustice. When a person deviates from the path they believe to be right, they face a real danger. For the purpose of life is not just to survive, but to defend justice and seek knowledge. If one must face death in this pursuit, it should be seen not as a loss, but as a gain. Therefore, I want you to understand that death is not a source of fear for me, but rather a doorway to enlightenment. O judges of Athens and esteemed citizens, regardless of the verdict delivered today, the most important thing for me has always been to defend truth and justice. Those who know me understand that throughout my life, I have never stopped pursuing the truth, fighting against injustices, and trying to show people the right path. Today, as I stand here on trial, I am not only to defend myself, but also to deliver an important message to the people and state of Athens. This message is deeply connected with my philosophy and the values I have defended throughout my life. The reason I am on trial today is not merely because I am accused of corrupting the youth or of not believing in the gods. These accusations are merely charges placed upon me as a result of my pursuit of truth and exposing the errors of the leading figures of society. The real issue is that a philosopher like me questions the dogmatic beliefs of society and in the process disturbs its prominent figures. I have shown how those who claim to be wise are, in fact, ignorant. This has shaken their authority and influence over the people. Therefore, they have sought to discredit me in the eyes of the public to protect their positions. Let me make it clear, my intention has never been to humiliate or discredit any individual or group. On the contrary, as a seeker of truth, my aim has been to enlighten the people and youth of Athens. Because I believe that the future of Athens depends on the free thinking and pursuit of knowledge by its youth. If the youth lose their ability to question and accept the imposed norms of society without examination, the future of Athens will be bleak. When Miletus and others put forward their accusations against me, their true intention is to eliminate the philosophical freedom I offer to the youth and the people. They fear that the youth might think freely, ask questions, and seek the truth because this threatens their existing order. However, I believe that the youth and the people must use their minds to think. I want them to question their lives and society, thereby creating a more just and knowledgeable community. If this is considered a crime, then there are many things we need to rethink as a society. My trial today is a critical test for the future of Athens. If the state and the people choose to punish those who defend the truth and seek knowledge, it will be a sign that the society has suffered a serious loss in the name of justice and freedom. Athens is known as the city of wisdom and freedom, but today, the trial of a philosopher defending these values suggests that it is time to question this title. True justice is not only about the enforcement of laws, but also about ensuring that these laws are based on truth and justice. At this point, I speak to you once again. I am not here to harm the interests of Athens, but to protect and strengthen them. A society based on knowledge and truth can only become strong with questioning individuals. If Athens punishes those who pursue wisdom, it will be weakening itself. Because a society that is not founded on knowledge and freedom will only become a prisoner of rigid ideas and stagnate. As a philosopher, my duty is to expose the errors of society and the state and to ensure that the people think freely. If I am encouraging the people and the youth to use their minds and question, this is not a crime. It is, in fact, the greatest virtue. The state and the people should support those who defend truth and knowledge, not hinder them. A society that is not built upon knowledge will inevitably decay from within. I speak to the people of Athens, even if you find me guilty as a result of this trial, those who seek the truth will always exist. My trial and possible death sentence will not mark the end of those who seek truth and defend justice. People who pursue truth and knowledge will always be a part of society, and they will shape the future of Athens. If today I am being judged as a philosopher who walks the streets of Athens, asking people about the truth, it shows that Athens still holds a glimmer of hope. For as long as there is a citizen questioning and seeking wisdom, there is hope. However, if Athens misses this opportunity and chooses to punish those who defend the truth, it will be a serious loss for the future of society. The state and the people must support those who seek knowledge and justice, and they must follow their lead. Wisdom and justice can only be attained through free thought and questioning. If we do not uphold these values, the future of Athens will be in jeopardy. Finally, I want to express this. My trial today does not end my effort to defend truth and my struggle for the future of Athens. The gods and divine forces protect those who seek truth and defend justice. My departure from this world is not the end of truth, rather, it may be the beginning of an even greater quest for wisdom. If I am on trial today as a philosopher who walks the streets of Athens, speaking with people, it shows that truth still exists in this city. However, instead of silencing the truth, it is vital for the future of Athens to pursue and support it. And so, whispered ones, we have reached the end of Socrates' Defense. Among the whispers, we have listened to these wise words and courageous stands echoing through the depths of history. Socrates became a guide in the pursuit of justice and wisdom. He never hesitated to speak the truth and remind his people of it. His voice, like an echo that defies time, still whispers to us today about the value of knowledge and justice. Now, gently close your eyes and imagine Socrates' words resonating in your minds. Let his thoughts, echoing in the silence of this room, embrace you just as they once did on the stone streets of ancient Athens, under the stars, in the darkness of the night. Perhaps the spirit of Socrates continues this journey of wisdom with all hearts seeking the truth from that day to this. The story you have heard is not only a whisper from the past, but also a whisper of our present and future. For the pursuit of truth and the defense of justice are not bound by time and place. They are courage and virtues that must exist in every era and every individual. Socrates' words remind us of the quest for justice and wisdom we all carry within ourselves. He was not just a philosopher, but a guide who had the courage to stand up for the truth. If you enjoyed this philosophical journey and would like to hear the whispers of other wise figures who sought the truth throughout history, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. This way, we can meet again with each new story and lose ourselves in these magical whispers. As whispered ones, each of you is a part of this community, and I thank you for joining me on these philosophical journeys. Now, take a deep breath and reflect once more on Socrates' defense. His courageous stance, his fight for justice, and his determination to defend the truth have reached you as a whisper. These whispers may be part of not only history, but also your own inner journey. For we all carry a Socrates within us, a voice that questions, wonders, and seeks the truth. Tonight, we connected you with one of the wise philosophers of the ancient world. The story echoing with his voice has brought you whispers of wisdom and justice. I hope these whispers have filled your mind with peace and brought calm and wisdom to your heart. Remember, every whisper is not just a guide from the past, but also a beacon for the future. I leave you, whispered ones, in the embracing whispers of wisdom and peace throughout the night. May Socrates' words guide your dreams and light your path in this journey for truth. Until our next meeting, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and savor this peaceful moment. May every whisper bring you wisdom, and every silence fill your mind with tranquility. Good night, whispered ones. Until the next whispered tale. And remember, stay tuned for more journeys of wisdom.